Hello students, welcome to All Force e-learning. Yesterday we discussed representation of vector. Vector representation, in this way we will represent vector having tail, head. And one more point we have discussed in yesterday, scalars, vectors. Scalars, those are two categories, two types. First one, it's having magnitude, no direction. Second category, it has magnitude, direction, satisfying, not satisfying vector laws. Not satisfies vector laws. Today we will discuss, or next class we will discuss what are vector laws. Vectors, that is our topic. It has magnitude, it has direction, it satisfies vector laws. What is magnitude, what is direction, what is vector laws, we will discuss. Magnitude, see, length of the vector is the magnitude. Suppose force 100 newtons, force is a vector, 100 is magnitude, this length is magnitude. So this number is magnitude. Last class also we discussed this point, it's a very important for us. It's a magnitude. In this geometrical representation of a vector, this length indicating magnitude. Yesterday this all we discussed, and some more points also we discussed. What are those? Real vectors, axial vectors we discussed, and not only these two, yesterday we discussed position vector also. I will continue position vector. Please sit with notebook and pen. Continuation position vector. 1D, one dimensional motion. What is the meaning of one dimensional motion? Particle or object, it is moving along one direction. Maybe object moving along x-axis. Where is the location of this body? Let x comma 0 comma 0. Particle moving along only one direction. Now, from origin, where is the location of this body? X. Along x direction, body at a distance of x, I cap. Y direction, z direction, it's not having any distances. 0 j cap, 0 k cap. I cap representing direction of x axis, j cap representing direction of y axis, k cap representing direction of z axis. If particle moving along x axis, this is the position vector. This is the position vector. Let it be r1 bar, r1 bar. Suppose particle is moving along y direction. Where it is? Y comma 0 comma 0. Now this position vector, let you can call as r2 bar. R2 bar. See, sorry, here y coordinate is y, x coordinate is 0. 0 I cap, y j cap, 0 k cap. Position vector of a body, if it is moving along y axis, 0 I cap plus y j cap plus 0 k cap. Suppose body moving along z axis. What is the meaning of z axis? Out of the board. It is a direction of out of the board. This is k cap. Now let you feel, here it is a body. Body moving in this direction, z axis. Now suppose along z axis it is at z. Now that position vector I can call as r3 bar, 0 I cap, 0 j cap, z k cap. Here particle moving only along x direction. only position vector is xi cap moving along x axis. If particle is moving only along y axis, only y component is there. If particle moving along z direction, it's having only z component, remaining 2 are 0. Now it's a 1D. Coming to 2D. 2D, xy plane. Here is the particle or a body. Let x comma y. From origin, what is the meaning of position vector? From origin, where the position of the particle, that line is position vector r bar. Now let it be r1 bar. Now x along x direction, y along y direction. Now r bar. From here, how can we go to P point? So to reach P point, along x direction it has to go x, along y direction it has to go y. Now r1 bar is equal to along x, x, along y, y. It's a r1 bar. Particle is in xy plane. The position vector of the particle is r1 bar, that is xi cap plus yj cap. Now you know that yesterday we discussed magnitude of position vector is a scalar, that is r1. If you are not writing bar, that is a scalar. If you write bar, that is a vector. How to write magnitude? Yesterday I told you I cap coefficient whole square plus j cap coefficient whole square. So magnitude of the given vector r1 bar is root of x square plus y square. You know that Pythagoras rule, x, y, side square plus side square is hypotenuse square. What about this one now? X, y, this is root of x square plus y square. Same thing. Through vector notation, we are getting root of x square plus y square, magnitude of the vector. Even if you use parallel Pythagoras law also, you will get the same thing, under root of x square plus y square. Same thing. Once again I will recall before going to rub this part. One dimensional motion, particle having only one component, x axis, it's having only x component. If body moving only along y direction, it's having y component. If body moving along z direction, it's having only z component. It's a 1D. Now come to 2D. If body is moving along a plane, now it having two components. One is x and the one y. If it is moving in xy plane, now we calculated magnitude of the position vector, that is root of x square plus y square. So here only I will draw one more. Let me, same thing, but one more example you can feel. It's a y axis, it's a z axis. Again 2D. Now you can do it because you have pen and book. See, this is y, this is z. Position vector I can call as r2 bar. Now along y direction it has to move y, and along z axis it has to move z. Now position vector r2 bar is equal to y, y direction indicated by j cap, z direction indicated by k cap. Now r2 bar magnitude is r2, vector magnitude is a scalar. Now that is under root of y square plus z square. So here I have given one more example to give you more clarity about two-dimensional position vector. Simple, don't think more about it. One-dimensional position vector having one component, two-dimensional position vector having two components, three-dimension vector having three components. That's it. I will go for 3D. 3D. Now x direction, y direction, z direction. Particle x comma y comma z. Yesterday we discussed this point also. R bar. See, what's the meaning of position vector of this point here? Suppose this is the chalk piece. Somewhere it is in air, space. Let this is the origin. This point is the origin. How to reach the position of chalk piece? Along x axis x, from this point, see here, x axis x, y axis y, z axis z. Now I am able to reach this particle or body or chalk piece. Once again, origin, x axis x, y axis y, z axis z. So now same thing, because 3D I cannot show you, 2D I can show you. R bar is equal to x along x axis, y along y axis, z along z axis. Now here we will write magnitude of position vector in 3D. Vector magnitude is a scalar, that is under root of x square plus y square plus z square. I think you got the clarity about position vector in 1D, position vector in 2D and position vector in 3D. I think you got the clarity. Next, we will go for one more type of vector. So yesterday also we have seen some vectors. Now we will go to some other type of vectors. Unit vector. Unit 1. Unit is 1. Vector having magnitude unit or 1, that vector is called unit vector. What is that? Vector, it's having magnitude how much? 1. Any vector it is having magnitude 1, then it is a unit vector. I will show you different examples. Let A bar is equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap Az k cap. Now you can understand this vector is in 3D because it has x component, it's having y component and it's having z component. See here, 3 components are there, that is in 3D. Now here this vector also in 3D plane because it is having x component, y component, z component. See, A bar is a vector, A cap is unit vector of A bar. Once again, A cap is unit vector of A bar. This symbol is cap. A cap is unit vector of A bar. How we define this A cap? A bar by mod A bar. A bar by mod A bar is A. Vector magnitude is scalar. Then we will remove this bar. Magnitude of A bar is A. Now what is the A bar? Ax I cap, Ay j cap, Az k cap divided by, what is the magnitude of A bar? Under root I cap coefficient whole square plus j cap coefficient whole square plus k cap coefficient whole square. Now you will have a doubt, sir, how and why we have taken A cap is A bar by mod A bar? Why we took A cap or unit vector of A bar, this formula? You will have a doubt. Now I will prove that this A cap magnitude is 1, then it will satisfy definition. What is our definition? Unit vector magnitude 1. I am telling you this is the unit vector. If I prove this vector magnitude is 1, then this formula is right. Now, mod A bar is A. Mod A cap is magnitude of unit vector of A bar. Once again, mod A cap is magnitude of unit vector. What is the value? 1. I should get this. Then only it is a unit vector. If this magnitude of A cap is not 1, then it is not a unit vector. Once again, mod of A cap is 1, then my A cap is unit vector. If mod of A cap is not 1, then it is not a unit vector. Now I am verifying. Formula correct, I know that, but it's not the point like everything what I am telling you can't believe it. So due to that reason, I am giving here one of the explanation, continuation of that point here. Now I am going to prove this point. Now, mod of A cap. See A cap now, I cap coefficient whole square under root, this is A cap. What is the I cap? Ax by root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. Ax square by ax square plus ay square plus az square plus j cap coefficient ay by this ay whole square by ax square plus ay square plus az square. Similarly, k cap coefficient az by root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. I will substitute here ax square plus ay square plus az square. In this denominator same. What's the denominator? Ax square plus ay square plus az square. Az square. Denominator are same. Now numerators also we can add. Ax square first term, ay square second term, az square third term. Now cancel. Under root of 1. What is the value? 1. So I am correct. What the definition A cap is equal to A bar by mod A bar? It's correct because the magnitude of unit vector is 1. Then you can believe me 100%. So here we understood what is a unit vector. What's the meaning of unit vector? Vector magnitude should be unit. That's a 1. Now we define A cap as the unit vector. A cap is unit vector of A bar. How we define that A cap? A bar by mod A bar. What is the mod A bar? A bar already I defined. Ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap. What is the mod of A bar? Root of I cap coefficient whole square, j cap coefficient whole square, k cap coefficient whole square. Now just I have given proof, or you can feel that the why we should take A cap formula like this. Given proof, root of I cap coefficient whole square, this, plus j cap coefficient whole square plus k cap coefficient whole square. Finally I got the answer 1. So depending on unit vectors, shall we do some questions? Then you will get the clarity. Every concept, if you solve some problems or numericals, then you will get clarity. Concept, numericals both are not different. To understand the concept very clearly, we are doing numericals, that's it. Unit vector. Now find, it's a numerical, unit vector of A bar. Given first question, A bar is equal to 2 I cap minus j cap plus 4 k cap. Now this is the given vector. Now we should calculate unit vector of A bar. A cap, you know the definition of A cap? A bar by mod A bar. What is A bar? This only. 2i cap minus j cap plus 4k cap under root. What is the magnitude of A bar? I cap coefficient whole square plus j cap coefficient minus 1 plus k cap coefficient whole square 4 square 2 I cap minus j cap plus 4 k cap under root 2 square 4 minus 1 whole square 1 4 square 16. Now 1 by 4 plus 1 5 5 plus 16 under root 21 numerator as it is 2 I cap minus j cap plus 4 k cap. I think you understood how to calculate unit vector of given vector A bar. What I have given the question, A bar is equal to 2 I cap minus j cap plus 4 k cap. Just I have applied formula, nothing I did here. A cap is equal to A bar by mod A bar substitution. Mod A bar, already you know how to calculate mod of A bar, root of I cap coefficient whole square plus j cap coefficient whole square plus k cap coefficient whole square. Finally, after simplification we got the answer 2 I cap minus j cap plus 4 k cap divided by under root of 21. Now one more, same thing, heading is same, unit vector of A bar. Now I will take it, A bar given in the question, A bar is equal to 2 j cap minus 6 k cap. Now you can feel it, this vector is in 2D because it having two components. Two components it is in 2D, three components it is in 3D, only one component it is in 1D. 2D and it is in a plane of y minus z. So this vector in the plane of negative yz plane, y is positive, z is negative. Yeah. Now A cap formula, A bar by mod A bar. What is the A bar? 2 j cap minus 6 k cap under root of mod A bar, root of j cap coefficient whole square plus k cap coefficient whole square minus 6 whole square. A cap is 2 j cap minus 6 k cap under root 2 square is a 4 minus 6 whole square is 36. Now answer root 40 is in the denominator. Now 2 j cap minus 6 k cap is the answer. Now I think that you got the clarity how to calculate unit vector of A bar. Simple and easy. No need to think more about it because it's having simple formula, A bar by mod A bar. Now, sir, what is the use of this unit vector in physics? What's the correlation? Why I should learn these unit vectors? I will tell you, because the basic unit vector significance usage where we will use, that is in physics. Significance or usage in physics. Suppose I am just giving punch, force. How much force I am giving here? 200 newtons. I will tell you 200 newtons applied on the body. In which direction I applied? This direction, this direction, this direction, or from this direction I have applied. Without knowing direction, I cannot understand how this body is moving. So here, even though I know the value of 200, I should know the direction of force. Unit vector F k cap representing direction of force. Force direction indicated by unit vector. Now I will write here 200. What is the direction? F k cap. 200 direction I took as F cap. Now what is the f bar? 200. Direction is f cap. So here f cap value 1 because unit vector value 1. 200, 200 as it is. I didn't change the value. Without changing the force magnitude, we are giving direction by using unit vector, because multiplying any number with a unit vector, it's not going to change the magnitude. It's only giving extra direction. That's it. It's the significance. So not only force, you can have an acceleration, you can have any vector. You know the magnitude, how to calculate direction, then there is a question mark. Always that time you should take unit vector. Whenever you need of any vector direction, go for unit vector and multiply, then you will get direction of that particular physical quantity. I will tell you some more examples about unit vector. Unit vector significance. We can find direction of a physical quantity. When we know the magnitude of vector but we don't know the direction, that time we should take the help of unit vector. If you multiply with unit vector, then you will get the direction. I will give you example. Suppose boy, he is running in this direction 100 meters. Now it's a displacement is a vector. Now 100 magnitude, what is the direction? I don't know. Then I should take the help of unit vector, because I don't know the direction of this 100 meters direction. Then I will take I cap help. I cap is a unit vector. It is representing direction of x axis, this direction. Yes. Suppose after 100, 50 meters y axis. 50, I know the magnitude. Now I don't know the direction. I should take the help of unit vector. Who is that unit vector along y axis? J cap. After this, suppose like this, out of board 20 plus 20. I know the 20, but I don't know direction. Whom help I have to take it? Unit vector help I have to take it. Along z axis, who is a unit vector? K cap. Now I know the magnitude, but I don't know the direction. Whose help I have taken? Unit vector help I took it. Here 50 I know that, but I don't know the direction. Whom help I took it? Unit vector help I took it. Z direction, I know the magnitude 20, but whom help I have taken? It's a unit vector help I took it. I cap representing positive x direction, J cap representing positive y direction, K cap representing positive z axis direction. So now I will write here I cap, J cap, K cap. So here it is total displacement vector. I cap, J cap, K cap are orthogonal unit vectors. Orthogonal unit vectors. I cap, J cap, K cap, 3 are orthogonal unit vectors. Why? Because I, J, K, 3 are perpendicular to each other. X axis, Y axis, Z axis, 3 are mutually perpendicular to each other. Due to that reason, name is orthogonal. Orthogonal meaning is perpendicular to each other. Unit vectors. It's a unit, it's a unit, it's a unit, because cap. Whenever you find cap symbol, that is a unit vector. So I cap, J cap, K cap are 3 unit vectors. Those are perpendicular to each other, and these are representing direction of x axis, direction of y axis, direction of z axis. Due to that reason, these 3 are called as orthogonal unit vectors. Wherever, whenever I want the help of this, I will take that. In general, in physics, east direction represented with I cap, west direction represented with minus I cap. North, direction represented with positive j cap. South, we will represent it with minus j cap. Positive x, negative x, positive y, negative y. East direction I will represent with I cap. West direction I will represent with minus I cap. North direction I can represent with j cap. South direction I can represent with minus j cap. This is just, it's one of the notation we will follow like this. East, one of the direction I have given k I cap. West I have given minus I cap. North I have given plus j cap. South I have given minus j cap. Similarly, you give different directions also, no problem. This I am following. So change, suppose k cap minus k cap. This is plus I cap, this is the minus I cap. This is I am following. So according to your flexibility, you give direction, no problem for me. I am considering one direction. It's a plus I, it's a minus I, it's a plus j, it's a minus j. So these are very helpful in physics. 100% we will use these are in solving of numericals. I think you got the clarity about unit vectors. Once again, I am giving conclusion for unit vectors. What is that? Unit vector is giving direction of a physical quantity. When you have a confusion, you know the magnitude of the vector and you don't know the direction of the vector, then you have to multiply unit vector. By multiplying unit vector, we are getting direction without changing magnitude of that physical quantity. Next, resolution of a vector. Same thing, already you know that. Only thing is one more alternative explanation. What is that alternative explanation here? X, Y, Z. Let I will take cube. Cube. Now, here somewhere the point is there. Here it is a point. P, its origin. Cube is 3-dimensional. Now here. Now, point is in 3D, vector 3D. Point in 2D, vector is 2D. Point in 1D, vector is 1D. Now, let it be R bar. R bar. See, what's the R bar? R bar having R bar, position vector of P, it's having 3 x, y, z, already you know that. Already you know that. R bar is equal to xi cap, yj cap, zk cap. Now, x is x component of R bar. X is x component of R bar. Y is y component of R bar. Z is z component of R bar. Here R bar having 3 coordinates, x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinates. We know that how to represent this point in vector form: x I cap, y j cap, z k cap. X is x component of R bar, y is y component of R bar, z is z component of R bar. Now, why these are resolution? So, vector having 3 components: x component, y component, z component. Here, suppose this only I am writing here R, this is theta. What is the x component? X. X component of R is x. Now, dotted line, 90. Theta, right angle triangle. Now what is the cos theta? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is the adjacent side? X. Theta adjacent side x. Hypotenuse r. Now what is the x? X is equal to r cos theta. So x component is nothing but of r cos theta. Similarly, what about this y? It's a y. Theta opposite. What is sin theta? Opposite by hypotenuse. Y by r. What is the y? R sin theta. What is the y? Y is y component of given vector. Similarly, z component also having component of r. Here what I am telling you is r having x component, that is r cos theta. R having y component, what is that? R sin theta. X nothing but of r cos theta, y nothing but of r sin theta. So vector in 3D, it is going to resolve into three components. Those are x, y, z. What is the x component of r? That is x, nothing but of r cos theta. Y component of r bar, what is that? That is nothing but of y. Also we can write as r sin theta. Similarly we can write for z also. See here. (30°). Let it be this is A. Let this is in 2D. Vector in 2D, it's having two components. Now A, can I write A bar is equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap. I don't know Ax and Ay. Ax is x component of A bar. Ay is y component of A bar. Ax is x component of A bar. Ay is y component of A bar. Randomly I took x component is Ax, y component is Ay, but I don't know the values of Ax and Ay values. How to calculate Ax and Ay values? Same thing. See, x component Ax, y component Ay. Now what is the Ax? Cos 30 is equal to adjacent side Ax, hypotenuse A. Now Ax is equal to A into, what is the cos 30 value? Root 3 by 2. X component of A bar I don't know, but I calculated, that is by using trigonometry help. Cos 30° is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse Ax by A. Ax by A. What is the Ax? A cos 30. Cos 30 value root 3 by 2. Now similarly, sin 30 is equal to opposite by hypotenuse Ay by A. What is the Ay? A into sin 30 1 by 2, A by 2. Finally, here what is the A bar? A bar is a vector, it is in 2D. That already we imagined, we have considered that Ax I cap plus Ay j cap. Ax, what is the value? A root 3 by 2. Direction, I cap. Ay, what is the value? A by 2. Here, starting in this question, I don't know vector, but I know that it is in 2D. Due to that reason, I don't know, A bar is equal to, it is in 2D, it has two components, Ax I cap plus Ay j cap. So I have calculated Ax value, Ay value, and I substituted, I got the vector. How I calculated Ax and Ay? I took right angle triangle help, trigonometry, cos Ax by A, sin Ay by A. By taking help of cos and sin values, I derived here Ax value, Ay values, and I substituted there. Finally, I got the vector. Initially I don't know the vector, but after taking the help of this vector resolution concept, I got the value of a bar as a root 3 by 2 I cap plus a by 2 j cap. I think you got the clarity about this. Some more. Depending on resolution of vector, it's a very important for physics. So many problems or numericals in mechanics, we will use this vector resolution. Velocity v bar 100 meter per second velocity. Now this is 60. Now dotted line. Can I call this is I cap? Direction of plus x, direction of negative x, j cap minus j cap. In problem they will give you directions, no problem. Here I took this. In numerical also they will mention which is I cap, which is j cap, which is k cap. Now I cap I took it, opposite minus I cap, plus j cap minus j cap. Now again I don't know vector form of velocity. I know the magnitude, but I don't know it is not as a vector. This is in 2D. This is in 2D. How many components it has? 2 components. Let vector in 2D having 2 components. We are all know that. Vector in 3D having 3 components. Vector in 1D having 1 component. Now I don't know Vx and Vy. Vx x component of V bar, Vy y component of V bar. Vx x component of V bar, Vy y component of V bar. I don't know these 2 values. Again I took the help of trigonometry. See, this is Vx, this is Vy. X component of V is Vx, y component of V is Vy. I don't know these 2 values. Cos 60. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Vx by, what is the hypotenuse? 100. It's 100. Vx is equal to 100 will come this side. What is the cos 60? 1 by 2. Now 50 meter per second. X component of given velocity 100. Now sin 60, sin theta opposite by hypotenuse. Now you can take Vy by 100 opposite by hypotenuse. Vy is equal to 100 sin 60. What is sin 60? Root 3 by 2. 50 root 3. So here initially I don't know vector form of velocity. I don't know that. Imagine or let us consider V bar as Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. I don't know Vx and Vy values. Let x component is Vx, y component is Vy. Now how to calculate Vx, Vy? I took the help of trigonometry. Cos 60 is equal to Vx by 100. Sin 60 is equal to Vy by 100. Simplified, and I got x component of velocity is 50. And y component of V is 50 root 3. Now finally substitute. This is 50 I cap, 50 root 3 j cap. This is velocity vector. So I know the magnitude of velocity, but I don't know the vector form of velocity. How we did that? Simple and logical. It's very easy to understand. 2D I will take 2 components. 3D I will take 3 components, 1D I will take only 1 component. Simple. Starting from morning we are discussing only one single point. What is that? Particle moving only in 1D, it has 1 component. Particle moving in 2D, it is having 2 components. Particle moving in 3D, it is having 3 components. If you don't know components, give some name. Ax I cap, Ay j cap, Az k cap. Give some name and finally you will get the answers. I think you understood today's concept, what we discussed today: position vector, resolution of vector and unit vector. These are all very helpful in solving questions in mechanics. Most of the questions in mechanics, we will use this unit vector concept and resolution of vector concept, and the remaining points also we will use it. Thank you. So next session we will enter for understanding remaining concepts of vectors. Thank you.